Chapter 8. Wake up, sleepy, rustled the morning breeze. Time to meditate. Grace opened her eyes and yawned. A new dawn was rising in the east, shedding the heaviness of yesterday. "Let me sleep," she complained. Her wings felt as rusty as an old machine. "I am still cold." The wind gusted through the pine branches, and the monarch found herself spinning up and up until she landed high on the tree's crown. "A butterfly does not wait for things to happen," the wind rebuked her. "He makes things happen." Now she was fully awake. The first rays of the day tingled her, and Grace felt rejuvenated. Soon the sun had brushed the rust off her wings, and her motor roared, set to roll. "All right, I am ready for another day," she announced in a determined voice. Grace flapped her wings and rose above the tree when a strong wind came along and pushed her back down to the top branch. "Why are you doing this?" she snapped at the wind with blazing eyes. "This isn't the way a monarch begins his day, daughter of light," said the wind. "People wake up, grab their coffee, and race out for another hectic day. Later, they are surprised nothing goes their way. Don't you think I watch your ways of life?" the wind said. Grace opened her mouth to reply, but instead said nothing. "You won't survive long keeping your old habits. Listen to our teachings and open your monarch mind. Soon enough, you will bring miracles to wherever you go." "Miracles?" Grace mumbled in wonder. "Yes, miracles, daughter of light. While your human mind mostly focuses on problems and limitations, the golden mind of the monarch sees possibilities." The wind is right, she thought. I chose this ride, and I should learn to open my eyes. What is the use of a journey if I still act like the old me? Very well. The wind sensed a shift in Grace. Where were we? Oh, yes, how a monarch begins his day, said the wind. The reason I woke you up at dawn, before the sun was out— But I cannot fly until my body is warm enough, can I? Grace cut her short. True, answered the wind. Yet you need to prepare your mind nonetheless. A monarch regards every day as a small journey. He wakes up with the same excitement he had on his first day, curious about new possibilities and experiences. I know what you mean, said Grace. I always prepare myself for a business meeting or a task ahead of time. Being prepared for a task and activity is helpful. However, I speak about quite a different preparation, a mental tuning. Grace's mouth fell open. The wind explained. While his wings are not ready to fly yet, the monarch sinks into stillness to reach the miraculous realm. What is this realm? It is a state of mind where one experiences the truth. How do I reach the truth, my wind? Grace asked with glinted eyes. You don't reach it by going to a place, for it dwells within you at all times. However, it is cloaked in many layers. Blankets of old beliefs and ideas block your access. The monarch calms his mind, watches nature wake up, and listens to the morning sounds. Soon, he senses only the present and becomes one with it. Not before that moment when he enters the miraculous state of mind does he embark on his day. I thought I should focus on my journey's end, on the results only, The lawyer's voice spoke. All her life was about achieving the next goal and reaching the next step. As I said before, the wind replied, you need only to open your monarch mind to experience a miraculous life. When the results of the journey's end are the only things that matter, your attention is often in the future. Is that so bad? Grace asked. Well, it's not that it is bad. It's just that it's an illusion. The future is only a possibility of something that might happen. Your mind creates it. Being at some imaginary point in the future, you miss your present life, your journey, and growth. The truth exists only here and now. The main reason most people don't find it is because they search in the wrong realm and the wrong time. Grace gave a sigh. So much time I dwelled in the future, or in my past, while missing my life. It's a disease worse than any other, my child, said the wind. People work, eat, drink, and live as though asleep. They dwell in their memories and jump into an imaginary future. Living in the present, the only true reality, is quite rare among your people. What is the cause of this? How can we live differently? Grace asked. Your human mind is complex, filled with voices, ideas, and labels. It can turn into a monster, controlling you rather than you controlling it. Sooner than later, the mind becomes your master, and you lose your essence. The only way out is to regain the mastery of your mind. Become a monarch, Grace, and you will transform. Too much information for one day, sister, called the rising sun. Time to fly, little one. Thank you for your wisdom, Wind, said the monarch, and flapped her wings. Grace flew only a few miles before her empty stomach could hold no longer. I must drink some nectar. Still, images of the spider harassed her. Become a monarch, Grace, she said to herself. Disregard the fears. They exist only in your head. She dived into the fields and found a few blue harebells and some pink and yellow lilies. The area seemed clear of any hunters, and so she feasted on the flower's nectar. With her stomach full, she soared again, satisfied with the rich breakfast, but mostly of facing her fear. Towns and villages sprawled on the green land under her wings. She marveled at the blades of grass and the many kinds of trees. Cars were racing on the gray roads, and people crowded the main streets. Grace the monarch felt totally in the present. Her fresh eyes found the beauty in all, beyond their limiting labels. Soon, peace filled her mind, and no voice interfered. That's what the wind meant, Grace chuckled to herself. This is the joy of the now. Nothing is alike. And so the butterfly floated as low as the treetops, singing and sipping nectar as she desired. This journey is not so bad after all, she said with renewed confidence. A moment later, something shined in the distance. Almost blinded by it, Grace flew toward the glowing surface. It appeared like an infinite golden mirror spreading from east to west and far into the south. Beyond the gigantic reflection, she saw nothing. The grain fields are shimmering like a golden blanket, she mumbled with awe and excitement. But when she reached the edge of the glowing surface, she found no stems, no leaves, no golden wheat heads. A vast, sparkling lake was all that she gazed upon, and it spread beyond the horizon. The Great Lakes. Her voice lost all its cheerfulness. I can't.